Now I'm going to explain the details about the syllabus, how to prepare, and I'll give the deep idea about the syllabus. The first and foremost, in the PG syllabus, we have to understand what is the meaning of psychology, what is the core point of psychology, what we study in psychology. As we know, the mental images and human behavior is the core area of psychology. So we have to understand as an introductory part, introduction to psychology, and what is the meaning of psychology, what is the objectives of the psychology. In this chapter we generally discuss. So we give the ideas about what is the core area of psychology, like understanding the human behavior, predicting the human behavior, why the person behave the way behave, and also animal behavior. So the surroundings, the background of the psychology, the scope of the psychology, and psychology as a scientific discipline. This is the one thing. The second thing is focus on the biological basis of behavior. Here a little bit difference in UGC NET and PG syllabus. So generally in PG entrance exams they want to test the basic understanding of the subject whatever you studied in your undergraduate. So in biological basis of behavior we have to understand the relationship between the sensations, neurons, we need to understand the sensational consciousness and the neurological aspect of the behavior, including central nervous systems and also peripheral nervous systems, and the relationship between the central nervous systems and peripheral nervous systems. Apart from that, we have to understand the endocrine system, various glands, and also neuroimaging techniques, and also physiological basis of behavior, and physiological basis of emotions, and also thirst, hunger, and sexual aspect of the behavior, and various aspect of biological basis of behavior we need to understand. So these basic informations you can find in the NCERT exam. Both syllabus NCERT 11th and 12th are very fundamental and giving the more informations on these areas. If the NCERT is changed the syllabus, you can go through the revised NCERT books if it is possible. But I can say that you can go through the old books also. Next, coming to the part of the learning, and very important, learning and memory is very primitive subject. Being a general psychology, we need to understand what is the meaning of learning, various theories of learning, and learning styles, and classical learning theories including Pavlov theory, and our this classical conditioning is very important. Then various aspect of behavioral approach and therapeutic approaches. So you need to understand the social learning theory of Bandura. So you need to go minimum 5 to 6 important theories, these things, learning and memory is again very important when you're talking about sensory memory to sensory register to long-term memory, various aspect of the memory, working memory, the long-term memory, and elaborative rehearsals. Okay, how it is related to elaborative rehearsals are very important. That leads to the long-term memory, and various psychologists who worked on like Hebingus. Okay, so various psychologists worked on the memory. You need to be Clive and Lockhart memory, deep level processing, intermediate level processing, you need to understand. So that memory techniques, and also forgetting and memory techniques is very important. Various memory techniques we generally use in day-to-day life. So this is the applications. And then come to the other important aspect, as we know that personality and emotions. So emotions, again the part of the cognitive psychology. Better you read more onto cognitive aspect of the psychology, various emotional theories, biological basis of emotions, psychological basis of emotions, and also there are certain theories are given by psychologist. James Lange is also given Cannon Board theories. Okay, so emotional expressions, facial expressions we need to understand. These are very important when we are talking about, and also emotional intelligence. Why the expression of emotional intelligence is also very vital. You have to understand the concept here, what I mean to say. So then personality is a very very vital part to self and personality. We have to understand the various cognitive and behavior aspect of the self. And understanding the cognitive and behavior aspect of the self, you need to understand the self regulation and self awareness. Why the first we have to understand self before understanding the personality. Here we need to understand the self, we need to understand the personality, types of personality, traits, and various theories of personality. After that, what we can say is, generally we talking about the assessment of the personality. So assessment is very important. Psychometric methods are there. Various methods generally we use. Projective test we use, and interview methods we use, and also self-reporting techniques we use. So assessment of personality is very important because various psychological tests are also used in assessment methods. So this is very important, and it is a very very major chapter. Personality, the questions will ask from various angle. So you need to understand the personality. Again we come to here disorders. After you know that in this way, so you understand the various challenges, like meeting life challenges, and stress is one of the important, like psychology and life. We need to understand the psychology and life and stress challenges. Then we have to understand, because of this stress and challenges, we need to understand the various aspect of the disorders. Various psychological disorders or abnormal behavior. We have to understand the historical aspect of the abnormal behavior. We need to understand the historical aspect of abnormal behavior and various approach to understand the abnormal behavior. So what is the meaning of normal and what is the meaning of abnormal behavior, why it is very important, why it is emerged. So that is we need to understand. And also familiar with the various psychological disorder, including schizophrenia, obsessive compulsive disorder, and also other clinical aspect of the behavior, anxiety, and also various types of anxiety, and whatever the emerging the disorders are also coming emerging from that. So you need to understand these kind of disorders. Familiar here, you need to familiar and understand the concept of different types of disorders. So next I'm going to when we understand the disorders, we need to understand therapeutic approaches also. Various therapeutic approaches developed by psychologists and mental health professionals, including cognitive behavioral therapy. In India, the most of the questions arise for cognitive behavioral therapy. Most popular therapy we need to understand, apart from psychodynamic therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, solution focused therapy. Okay, so art and drama therapies, and various group therapies you need to be understand. So you familiar once you know the disorders and which therapy you need to apply. Of course, cognitive behavior therapy, various component of cognitive behavioral therapy like solution focused therapy is there, and also mindfulness cognitive behavioral therapy is there. So various therapies you need to understand, and not only understand, and also there are questions can rise from some case study type of questions. They can ask you some small question, case study related questions. Be ready with that. Apart from that, the disorders, we know the disorders, we come up the approaches, and very another important part is the research and statistical methods. Various investigation techniques we are using, what kind of research methods you are using, what are the methodology you are using, and a brief understanding of the descriptive statistics and also inferential statistics. For example, t-test, for example mean and median mode, and you have to understand the normal distribution curve, proper understanding of the normal distribution curve, and what is the meaning of mean and median. These are very crucial because these are the various aspects of the descriptive statistics. So you need to understand first what is the meaning of descriptive statistics, where we apply, what is the meaning of mean. Even small problems you can make it understand what is the meaning of normal distribution, why we use the normal distributions, what are the characteristics of normal distribution, and mean, median, mode, where we apply, and what are the other inferential statistics, and also quasi experimental design and experimental design. What is the meaning of correlation, value of the correlations. Okay, so you need to understand this basic level of understanding, not too much advanced level, because when we are going to conduct after completion of your PG, we will come to know most of the understanding. So now it is for to you understand these are the important part of the syllabus. So I think its video is little bit detailed, but it is very useful. And if you are new to my channel, go through my channels. I have made lot of playlist in regarding to that. If you are new to my channel, and don't forget to share, we will give you this kind of